Thanks for your loyalty to the show. This is Football Planet on Africanews. Let's get to the top stories. Fine start for Africa at the Under-17 World Cup. Victories for 3 of the 4 continental representatives. Angola, Nigeria and Senegal all won their first matches in Brazil. The Ghanaian Football Federation has a new president. Okraku was elected on Friday, a new page that opens with its expectations, but also priorities to put Ghanaian football back on the map of success. We will have Ghanaian journalist Saddik Adams later on the show. And on Sunday was the first round of the qualifying playoffs for the CAF Cup group games. Aristide Banse still proves that age is just a number with a hat-trick. This and more right ahead.
Qui se poursuit juste après cette petite transition. C'est donc parti pour la Coupe
The battle to succeed England as world champions at the Under-17 World Cup started on Saturday, involving 24 contenders, including 4 African teams. And a successful start for the representatives of the continent. Meanwhile, Angola, Nigeria, Senegal have set up the pace. Cameroon will play her opener on Monday. Serge Mankou Kombu and Nyasha Mutizwa with the details.
African teams got off to a good start at the 2019 FIFA Under-17 World Cup in Brazil. It was a remarkable Saturday evening for Angola's Palanquinas. Their debut match turned into their first ever tournament win, seeing off New Zealand 2-1 at the Bezerrao Stadium. The Golden Eaglets of Nigeria continued their unbeaten start with a 4-2 win over Hungary in the Group B opener. Nigeria now tops the group and will face Ecuador, who beat Australia 2-1 in the other group game on Tuesday. On Sunday night, Senegal flipped a nightmarish start into a dream finish, netting 4 consecutive times after the USA's opening goal to prevail 4-1 with only 37% ball possession. Though the Stars and Stripes took the lead 3 minutes into the match, Senegal reaped the benefits of their high-energy attack.
A fascinating way to start the competition. Now, a look at the standings. In Group A, Angola is second behind the host country Brazil, who outplayed Canada 4-1, who alongside New Zealand are yet to register a point. Nigeria, meanwhile, lead Group C ahead of Australia, who won 2-1 against Ecuador on 3rd place, while Hungary tails the group. Senegal is also first in Group D ahead of Japan, who beat Netherlands by 3-0. The game continues this week with the 2nd and 3rd match days. Angola will play Canada on Tuesday before meeting Brazil on Friday, while Nigeria will face Ecuador and Australia on Tuesday and Friday respectively. The Senegalese will face the Netherlands on Wednesday and Japan on Saturday, while Cameroon, who play Tajikistan on Monday, will also challenge Argentina on Thursday and Spain on Sunday. Be sure to have updates in our next show. From the Under-17 World Cup, we move to the FIFA World Club Championship. As you may know, from 2021 onwards, the tournament will change its format. From the current 7, the number of participants will increase to 24, and it is no longer every year, but every 4 years. And it is China that will host the tournament between June and July 2021. This new format and timing will eclipse the Africa Cup of Nations, which is being played at the same time, as Amel Kenga and Claudian Sono explain.
The reform was dear to the FIFA president. Gianni Infantino sounded upbeat when he announced on Thursday the expanded Club World Cup in China in 2021 with 24 teams. The expanded Club World Cup has been hailed as historic by the FIFA boss, but many in Africa are worried. And it is above all the idea of organizing the tournament between June and July that raises questions among observers. And for good reason. The expanded Club World Cup will be played at the same time as the African Cup of Nations, which stands to suffer. Some see this move as the sudden death of Africa's showpiece event. The period of hosting AFCON has been changed to calm the anger of European clubs who have complained of losing their African players in the middle of winter. Organizing the Club World Cup at the same time as the AFCON would only revive unresolved conflicts. FIFA's decision therefore puts African football in an uncomfortable position pending clarification from the body that has yet to set a specific date for this historic tournament.
And now the ball is in the court of FIFA, who will come back with details to the new look of this competition. African Interclub competition. First up, the Champions League. End of series between Zamalek and Ghanaian Football Club. The return leg 16-round match was finally played on Thursday in Egypt, as Zamalek won by 1-0 to sail through on the away goal rule. The first leg ended 2-1 in favor of Ghanaian Football. Zamalek thus completes Group A of the Champions League, where they will meet Primero Agosto, Tepe Mazembe and Zesco United. As for the Senegalese, they were defeated but still can make the group stage of the Confederations Cup, and they will have to do so by going through ASAE. The match is scheduled this Wednesday in Thiès, Senegal, and it will be the last match of the first set of the qualifying round. One man who stole the show is Burkinabe Aristide Banse, who scored a hat-trick during Horoya AC's resounding success 4-2 against Bandari FC. Last year's finalist RS Berkane crashed out in front of Fossa Junior of Madagascar, who won by 2-0. Young Africans were beaten 2-1 at home by Pyramids FC. A good operation, on the other hand, for Zanaco and Bidvest University, beating Kano Sports 3-1 and UD Songo 2-1, respectively. El Masri pulled the string of the day with an away 4-0 win. Kampala City and Paradu AC played a 0-0 draw. Go Maya and Motemba Pembe separated on a 1-1 draw. Al Nasri and Proline also shared the spoils 2-2 final score. And finally, note that Asante Kotoko San Pedro match did not end. It was interrupted due to heavy rains and is expected to continue on Monday. The score was at 0-0. We shall be following the next round of the qualifiers this Sunday, and be sure to get the results next Monday on Football Planet. A new era which is beginning for Ghanaian football. Coit Edwin Simeon Okraku was elected Football Federation president on Friday. 7 of them were to fill the void left following the resignation of Kwesi Nyataki, who was dragged into a corruption scandal. Online from Accra, journalist Saddik Adams. Welcome to the show. And first of all, Coit Okraku, who is he?
Well, Coit Okraku has worked its way through to the apex of Ghana football by starting as a footballer, not a professional footballer though, but he had an interest at a very early age, has been involved in football from the basics to the professional level, had his own club, has attached himself to some of the big clubs in this country, was elected onto the Ghana Football Association Executive Committee. In the last administration, was the chairman of the FA Cup committee, formed his own club in 2009, and which has become a model club and an example to many Ghanaian clubs because of the professional manner he attaches in running this club. So Coit Okraku basically is someone who has worked his way through to the top of football by beginning from the grassroots and having to pass through a lot of the system. Football administration, has studied so well for it, has a master's in football management from the Liverpool University to top that up. So basically, that's a little bit of background about the newly elected president of the association.
And how did the Ghanaian public welcome this election?
Well, a very great and refreshing news it was for majority of Ghanaians. Looking at where Ghana football got to, we came to a halt and needed a fresh start. This election was very much transparent and an open process, was open to the public. Everyone could access what was transpiring at the election grounds via television, via Facebook Live, and journalists were reporting and covering every bit of the election. So there were so many people who were in one way or the other connected to the process, unlike it happened previously where the elections were held away from the cameras and even from the public. But many people in Ghana do believe that Coit Okraku's election will begin a new dawn for Ghana football. They have so much confidence in him, even though the system and structures have been completely broken down. But many believe that with his experience and level of, expertise, he will be able to turn things upside down for Ghana football to move in the right direction again.
So what are the expectations of Ghanaians today and the projects awaiting the new president?
Well, I think the immediate processes that he needs to go through is to rebuild the entire structure of Ghana football, set up committees. After the corruption scandal expose, a lot of the systems and structures were broken down. Many people were banned from the game. And so he needs to basically rebuild the entire structure, form his committees, the referees committee, the ethics committee, the arbitration committee, the disciplinary committee. We need all those in place. And the most important thing is to restart the Ghanaian football season. For 4 months now, after the normalization committee special competition, there hasn't been any competitive football in Ghana. So he needs to see to it that the league is restarted for the first time since 2018. And also get to see the national team, the Olympic team participate in the Africa Under-23 Championship next month in Egypt. It's been a long time since Ghana qualified for the Olympic Games, and I think this would be of very high interest to the new president and his administration.
Thank you, Saddik, and I hope to see you soon.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Saddik Adams, an online Ghanaian journalist from Accra, the capital of Ghana. And with that, we bring you to the end of today's show. You get more sports news and updates, even the program on www.africanews.com. Football Planet comes next week, Monday. Bye for now.
Excellente semaine. Au revoir.